The Aberdeen Diversified Income and Growth Investment Trust's objective is really to deliver a long-term, stable 6% per annum total return back to investors. And it's quite interesting in the way that it does that. It invests in a combination of public and private market assets, which means that it has a very flexible investment strategy to deliver that return target. Well, the strategy of the fund is really to provide a diversified, stable, resilient portfolio over the medium to long term by using the combination of public and private market assets. And in doing that, we get access to a range of public market assets, such as equities, fixed income, credit, and private market assets, which involve investing in investments like infrastructure, private equity, private credit, natural resources. And through that combination, we can really deliver strong and interesting investment opportunities over the long term. ADIG really plays to a number of long-term themes. And if we think about sort of demography, we get exposure to changes in demographics globally through our emerging market portfolio and some of our long-term investments in infrastructure. We're really looking at decarbonization as a long-term theme, given our path to net zero, so globally, but the positioning of the portfolio in respect to renewable energy plays to that theme. The private equity portfolio and corporate investments really play to themes such as digitalization, as we invest in sort of high growth companies sort of globally. And so as a result, the themes in the portfolio are really sort of long term, and that we expect to play out in a meaningful way, over the medium term. ADIG is invested in a range of sectors, given the globally diverse nature of the portfolio. However, we are concentrated in a few areas, particularly around asset classes, that we think will be persistent in terms of its return potential. So in terms of infrastructure, invested in the renewable energy sector. We invested really looking at real assets that are globally and how that might be inflation linked over the near term. In the corporate aspects of it, providing financing on the private credit side, as well as investing on the equities end of the spectrum. Some of the key sectors are really around sort of financial services, fast-moving consumer goods, technology sectors, and just really sort of high growth companies that we think will deliver value over the long term. We really have a great opportunity to bring together the public and private portfolios within ADIG, and therefore the combination of our origination network that we have in Aberdeen for private markets. So we have the ability to invest across private equity, infrastructure, real estate, credit through a network of 350 investment professionals in 14 countries around the world. That really gives us a fantastic platform to be able to provide in investment opportunities to generate value. Coupled with our research and analytics platform on the multi-asset team and our implementation in public markets, we're able to tilt the portfolio through fixed income and equity investments. And the blend of those two things together is really what makes ADIG an interesting proposition to provide long-term sort of resilient sort of income and growth characteristics. Well, I've been doing this for a little while now, so coming up to my 20th year of investing. I started off my career in corporate finance and M&A at Ernst & Young in Australia and New Zealand. I then moved into asset management, investing in alternative private market assets, infrastructure, real estate, credit assets, and then looking after listed portfolios for a large Australian firm called AMP Capital. And then 10 years ago, joined Standard Life Aberdeen and built portfolios across public markets and private markets. So, over the last sort of decade, really sort of been through some really interesting times, investing across a broad range of asset classes. And that's what sort of brings us to bear in ADIG here. Probably tell by the accent. I'm a Sri Lankan born Kiwi, married to a Brazilian. So that, and we've got children that were born in New Zealand and Scotland. So that gives me a really interesting perspective of the world. So yeah, I think that's how I would sort of describe myself.